there, welcome back to my channel at the Starlings. If you're new here, I'm Peggy. I make videos about homeschooling, homemaking, and family discipleship. So today I wanted to bring you a review of Delightful Reading. This is the program that I use to teach my children to read. I've used it with 2 children successfully already. So I wanted to bring you a full review of that today and talk to you about how I teach my children to read. So first of all, the Delightful Reading program from Simply Charlotte Mason has 3 levels. The first level is about learning letters and letter sounds. The second level is about starting to build words. And then the third level is about reading sentences and books. So this is level 2. So who is Delightful Reading level 2 for? It's for children who already know their letters and letter sounds. So I do a lot of that work with my children. I haven't used Delightful Reading level 1. I just have some other like flashcards and some sensory letters that I use to teach my children letters and letter sounds. So once they have that down, that's when I start Delightful Reading. So I start with level 2, and they don't have to have all their letter sounds perfectly. Neither of my daughters had their letter sounds down perfectly when we got started. And they also do not have to be writing perfectly either for this. This curriculum is also for parents who want something more kind of open and go, not a whole lot of planning ahead. Usually in the morning I can read what our lesson is going to be for the day, and then I can grab the couple of household things that I might need for the lesson. I've never had to go and buy something for any of the lessons. It's always household objects and things that I already have laying around. So it's really easy to use. I'm always able to find the things that I need to do the multisensory games. So that's what Delightful Reading is it's teaching your child to start building words using letter sounds. So it's a phonics curriculum, and it uses multisensory games. So that's my favorite thing about this curriculum is it's a lot of fun. So this is not teaching reading and I'm crying and my child is crying because it's really difficult and frustrating. This is a lot more fun. So what I love about this is that when I sit down to do this with my children, I feel like I'm just spending some good quality time with them, and they're learning to read as we go. So the games that we play, some of them are outside. They don't have to be, but we've made it that way. Some of their favorite games I would repeat for other lessons. And it's just been so much fun. They look forward to it. It's definitely a lot of fun and very multisensory, very engaging for you and for your children. So I want to show you what is included in the box. So first you get the teacher book, and that has all of the games and each lesson in it. So I'll show you, I'll just go to the first lesson and you can see what it looks like. So here's the first lesson. It's all about building at. So you'll use the letter tiles that come in the box, and these are the letter tiles. So really easy. You'll make the A and the T, you'll put them together, and then you'll show your child those and ask them to sound it out. They already know their letter sounds, so they know that A says A and T says T. And then they'll put them together, at. And then you'll add like a C in front of it and ask them, if we put a C in front, what have we now? And they can read, it says cat. So it starts out really easy like that, and there is a workbook for the kids. And if they're already writing, they can write in the words. So they usually pick one word to write that uses those letters. So this was the very first one. This is for my second daughter. She wrote the word cat, and then she wanted to write a second one. So she wrote the word mat, and then it had them draw a picture. So she drew a picture of a mat, like a doormat. So it's that simple. There's not a ton of work in the workbook. And there are some different things, so they're not always drawing every time. Sometimes they write something else, or they might circle something. There's also colored dot stickers, and sometimes the instructions will have them put a colored dot sticker beside certain words. Sometimes we'll read a poem, and they'll look for the words that have, you know, certain letters in it, like maybe it's words that end with at, words that end with ing or something. Then they'll put a colored dot beside the words as we're reading the poem together. So things like that. The other thing that this comes with, the other things are these really beautiful cards. So they come with these word cards, and there's beautiful art on all of the cards. And there's a certain number at the bottom, and the book will instruct you with which cards to use for which lesson. And the cards all have words on them for that lesson. And these cards are used for different games. One of my children's favorite games that we play with this is we take the word cards for a specific lesson, and I go to a certain room of the house and hide them. And then they have to go and find them. And as they find them, they bring them back to me, and they have to read the word that's on the card as they give it back to me. It's a lot of fun. They've never had, you know, any issues or have been upset that they have to read it. They understand that that's part of the game, and it's been a lot of fun. So there's a couple other stacks of the cards I was going to show you, so you can see how pretty they all are. That's all the cards. And some of the cards you will cut apart so that your child can match different word beginnings and endings together. So that's one of the games also. Then there's games that use cars, that use sidewalk chalk, that use stuffed animals, a jar and a lid, different things like that. Household items. So there's lots of fun games. Like I said, sometimes I will take a favorite game and just apply it to another lesson instead of doing a totally new game, and they enjoy that. Especially on days if I'm not super prepared, or somebody's sick, or you know, the babies are teething and things like that, then I might just do our lesson and apply one of the games we've done in the past to this lesson, and that's it. So, how long do these lessons take? These lessons take usually about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max if our game is going a little bit longer. It's really short lessons, but I have successfully taught my two oldest daughters how to read using this. So it feels like we need to be spending more time on this, more time on learning to read. But I'm telling you, those little drops in the bucket every day, just these short lessons, really add up. So they've added up to both of my daughters being really strong readers and at a pretty early age. So I use this curriculum when they're at about the kindergarten level. You could use it at the first grade level as well, depending on when your child is ready to start reading, whenever they have learned their letters and letter sounds. So I have been so happy with this curriculum. I truly love it. I have a video that I made of my oldest daughter and I completing a lesson together from start to finish. So I will put that in the cards, and I'll link it below if you want to see what a lesson looks like from beginning to end. And you'll see it's a lot of fun, and my children have really enjoyed it. We've been very happy with this curriculum. So I feel like this is truly a very complete phonics program. My daughter's able to sound out words. She's able to use the different skills for different words. She understands short sounds and long sounds, lots of the different rules, and then words that break the rules. I feel like this really was a complete program and really got her reading. So after level 2, there is a Delightful Reading level 3. I did start that with my daughter this year. Didn't love it as much as level 2, but at this point, after she completed this program, we are now using the Pathway readers, which are from Simply Charlotte Mason as well. So I'll show you some of the Pathway readers. There's this Days Go By. There's another one that's before this one that she's already completed. And then there's More Days Go By. And these are first grade. This one is the primer, and this one is the first grade reader. And then there's another one that is for second grade, and it's called Busy Times. So once she completed this, we started these Pathway readers to give her more practice with reading and to get her reading more fluently, and that has gone really well. So this is pretty much all we do for her, for my first grader, with reading now after she completed this, and it's been awesome. Like, she's really learning to read. We're talking about, you know, stopping at the period and starting up again, and, you know, taking a breath when there's a comma, and she's really doing well with just doing these Pathway readers. So that's my plan when my second daughter finishes this curriculum. So she's not quite finished with Delightful Reading level 2 yet, but she's already reading just excellently. So once she finishes this, I'll start her on the Pathway readers for more practice. And then I have a different plan for next year, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more homeschooling videos like this. Like I said, I also make videos on homemaking, lots of recipes and things like that, and also on family discipleship. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful for you, especially if you're looking for a reading curriculum, looking to teach your kids to read, and I'll see you next time.